Hey, we recording? Yes, we are. What is up, everybody, my people of YouTube? I know it's been forever since I've done a video. A lot's been going on, a lot's been happening, and there's been some changes, of course, with my real life status since the last time I really did a big update for everybody that had been devoted to the Wartune content. And I know the last video I did pretty much was a freaking teaser for the game. And my fault, but hey, at least you guys know I'm back in my own sense. And a question that may or may not pop up, is Purifier ever going to come back? I don't know. I really don't know, because of, like I explained in the last video, just with how everything has been going, it was going, I just don't feel like going back to 26 is really gonna happen. If it does, it is what it is. Considering the rumor I had heard being the fact, supposedly none of the servers are merging anymore, so whoever's on what server is who's on that server. There will be no merges or anything from as far as I've heard, and I've been looking into and found out from some people, especially from Trip. He kind of keeps me in the know with some stuff that I'm not aware of. And also him, me, and Gemi have all pretty much been updating pretty good in the game, I will say this. But instead of talking about it, let's just get right into it, and I can show you guys the progress I've made on my knight thus far. So yes, to answer another question, I have been mained as my knight. I've been playing as knight, and let me tell you what, I've been doing a lot of progress and a lot of grinding to where I went up like 60 to 30 or 60 or 70,000 battle rating within the last month or so. So it is what it is on that note, and let me get somewhere on whatever notice. But as you guys can see on the top left corner, I was like 70 or 60 some thousand battle rating last time you guys saw me, and I had an Iris. I now have Apollo. Yes, your cheap Wartune person is now playing as if I'm free to play, and I'm hardly spending, literally, I'm not really spending as much as I used to, because if you guys remember correctly, my stupid self has not been, Walker, stop being a crackhead, talking to my mutt miniature dog. But anyway, your wallet cash warrior is no longer existent because of everything that's happened. So I am going back to square one with how I used to play before I ever got into spending. Would you guys stop being so obnoxious? Willie, Walker, stop sniffing his rear. Stop being weird. Okay, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of weird random stuff in the back. But anyway, yes, I got Apollo, not spending as much as I should, or else I'd have Hades too, but me being me, no. I am probably not going to get Hades for a hot minute. But other than that, yes, I have Apollo. These are his stats at the moment. His gear for right now. I am working, though, as you guys can see, I have a light piece. I am working on it to where I can unlock light arrow as a bonus when it gets to plus 30. But that's going to be later on down the road, because I've been investing into other gear, Sylph gear, to where well, I also have a dark piece gear, so I am definitely gonna need to get Hades at some point in time, but again, he's like a later date. I've been getting stuff for my water Sylph, my Iris, yes, I named her after Gemi. She has pretty much a whole setup of stuff, but anyway, I'll show you guys Apollo real quick. I got all his skills pretty much unlocked except for the Helios Blessing, because, well, it kind of helps when you want to absorb the damage, so that's basically an extra shield for playing as a knight, because Apollo is pretty much the ideal Sylph to want to use when you are knight, if you can afford it. Aside from that, the next contender would either be the Iris, which I had on my old knight, if you guys remember from server 26 through my Facebook that I had logged in with. I have all her skills unlocked. I have a DPS set up for her to where it's all damage and just a couple heals. And I have nothing but straight support buffs. And let me tell you what, that build of Iris is something. It has you survive pretty good in Spire, I'm not going to lie on that. And But other than that, yeah, I just have these for him right now. I do not have a second slot unlocked for him yet because I've not really taken the time to really save up for more balance or balance to just start messing around with stuff and tweaking with them, seeing how things go. I've got almost all the skulls unlocked for Amazon Queen because she's, if you don't have Hades, she's definitely the one you want to main. And to my understanding, she actually is amazing on archers. And Trip has actually, I've even seen it for myself. Me and Trip's been doing a lot of dungeon runs together, and I've been seeing the damage output he puts on that thing. And let me tell you, it's still blue, and he managed to pull off over 1 million damage with a frickin' Amazon Queen, and it's not even a Spire run. Regular dungeons, he can shoot for 1 million damage easy with Amazon Queen. And let me tell you, that's something to be commended for. Now, if you guys remember, I was a big pan user. I mastered the Wind Sylph, but since I've been back, I've not really taken time to get him built up anymore. Even though there's been a lot of changes since I came back, and this is going to be a separate video for sure when I go in depth with the Sylphs, and I've not really worked on Eve because Eve is like in this game. So other than that, I really don't have any refinement materials and stuff like that, so we're just going to skip out of this. And battle rating wise and stats, he almost has a full legendary 60 set. I just made my Burning Will last night legendary. So sometime later this week, I will probably, I will without a doubt have all of his legendary 60 set. And as you guys can see, I did cash like hard one time. I only cashed hard. Just so I could get Apollo for 1, and 2, I needed to get over VIP 6 or 7 it is to do the 1-tap for Astrals. Because, again, Knights need to have their proper Astrals. But here's the stats right now. I have over 30,000 physical attack, 25,000 physical defense, magic attack. That's going to be a very interesting topic because there's been a lot that's happened to this game. But since this is more of an update video, I'm going to go in depth with a few different things here. Sylphs is a completely different scenario. So that's going to, like I said, a whole another separate video because I'm going to reevaluate my opinions and standpoints on a lot of stuff. Considering a lot's been changed since the last year and a half, couple years, I've not played the game since all the BS drama happened. I'm not going back to 26. As I said, I will not go back to 26 if I was begged to. I'm sorry, Soli. I'm sorry, Crow. If you two are watching this, which I'm sure you will be, or are, I'm not coming back. I'm sorry, guys, but that's a hard no. I will not come back to 26. I know there's a lot of progress. I know my mage could have been up in the 2 million rating with all you guys if I had stayed with it. But just no. And the fact they also finally added you demons, I can't even look into those really because Seven Road wants to be cheap and not let you view Sylphs until you hit level 70. So you are forced to go into next level before you can look into something else, which is completely BS. But yes, other than that, that's all my stats, and there's a bunch of opinions and changes I could probably make to the Knight. I'm not going to lie to you guys when I say that because, again, like I said, there's been a lot of stuff that's happened, a lot of changes, a lot of different things. So I'm probably going to go into some of that and try and figure stuff out, and I'm sure I'm going to be getting some opinions and some input from some of you guys too for what to try and what not to try, what to do, what not to do. But then again, I'm probably going to have a bit of an ego when I say this, but nobody else on this game, you are never going to find anybody else probably as good as me, even though I'm a little odd, awkward, and very hard at explaining stuff sometimes, when it comes to being very in-depth, to the point, and very direct, because the old people like Cosmos and Elysian, for example, they don't do anything with Wartune anymore, and I've not seen any videos of them doing anything for this game. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong if they have, but other than that, wait, shut up. I didn't ask for your opinion. They've not really done anything. Everybody's kind of given up on this game. The only videos you ever see is either Battleground videos or people talking in foreign language about stuff that makes no sense. Well, then again, foreign language doesn't make sense to me. It's chicken scratch. So like I said, I may have had an ego when I said that, but some of you guys can agree to a point. I am very direct and very on point with a lot of the stuff I'm talking about, and stuff you ask for, I do it. A lot of stuff you want me to explain, I do it for you. Like, you're not going to find any other Wartune YouTuber or any YouTuber in general that's going to do a video for that for you unless you're well liked or they just randomly decide to include your opinion and make it their own and whatnot, vice versa. But that's a whole nother controversial conversation. But aside from that, more into the night. These are all his stats for right now. His soul engraving is 27, which case I've been doing... I don't know, I'm going to say this right now. Frickin', circuit quests are so much easier in this game. Thank you, Seven Road. You actually did something right for once. So getting a lot of stuff to increase battle rating with even your soul engraving has been easier, even though it's like a once-a-week thing you can do on reset. 80 tasks, that's... You fly right through it. So it's very easy and very simple to do. And again, thank you, Seven Road, for actually doing that for sure. And my Wheel of Fate for right now, I just got my Brutal Edge, or Sniper's Edge, as everybody used to call it. Well, not Sniper's Edge. Oh, I'm thinking of the Archer, it's either the Astral or the Archer skill. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so Brutal Edge, I just got this up to level 2. That was a task in itself. And right now I'm working on the Holy Aegis to boost up my defenses a little bit more and my health, make myself a little more beefier. Getting some of the materials has been a little tedious and much of a task, especially since the game is, I can't even say it's really new. It's roughly-ish in a new stage still, because just getting everything is still a little harder, but that's pretty much the whole point of it, unless you're a wallet warrior like some of these big-time players were and have been, to where you get stuff for cashing for it. But then again, you can... There's a couple different things, and I've preached and preached and preached this, especially on the older videos. If you frackin' paid attention to my older videos from Hall of Heroes, curse you, Gaia, everybody still hates your guts, me especially, Purifier, 1.5 mil, BG God. Anyway, anyway, as I said, there's things to spend on, and there's things not to spend on. If you spend on the stupid crap, you won't gain BR for nothing, and you're just wasting money. If you're spending money correctly to make your tune strong, and you know what to go for, and you're being smart about it, you're golden. But in which case, I guess people have been doing things right, but then again, a lot of the OGs were Server 26, because that was where all of us beta testers went once the server went live. And, I still would love to have my Light Forerunner task back, or title back, but then again, I'm sure they're going to fight me for it and give some BS excuse for that whole situation. And Dragon Tattoos. This unlocks as soon as you hit, I think it's like 55 or 60. I think it might be 60. And you unlock like 3 or 4 different tats. And it's pretty simple. You got to have what's called Dragon Glass. If you have so much Dragon Glass, you can upgrade. And of course, every time you do, you're going to get a random stat. It doesn't stay the same stat, so you have to keep investing Dragon Glasses until you can get a new stat and upgrade yourself to make it even more better, or do what's called refining, in which case I'm not spending balance on it. Screw that. I'll rather suffer, go through working on it the hard way, being a pretty much free to play. Honor-wise, I've not really touched this because I'm saving insignia, because that's the only way you can really get level 70 mats, stones, and crystals. And for the most part, I've been mainly using the insignia to get a lot of my stuff. So this is probably not going to get touched for a hot minute. Although I've been ascending the honor stat, although if you're new to the game, do not do this. Do not ascend it, because the higher this goes, to my understanding, that's what throws you into the loop of being everybody's personal plaything. And you get thrown all over the place in Battleground, to where, I guess in the BG system, if you are ranked high enough in your honor rank, you're going to get placed up with some of the bigger, beefy people. Correct, I may be wrong when I say this, but to my understanding, that's how it was explained to me when I came back, and that's what they were basing it off of. Which actually does, but doesn't make sense. But if you don't do Battleground, have at it. Upgrade it. Upgrade your stats more by doing this. And Dragon Soul, you unlock this as soon as you hit 60. And I just got this the other night, and to be fair with you, getting the souls to upgrade your more of your stats and whatnot to unlock the physical and magic attack, physical and magic defense, stats for everything, and the last thing, of course, stats for everything. So for right now, of course, you get health, which, of course, that's just a given. Getting those, I'm honestly not sure off the top of my head where you're getting these. I think it might be in dungeons, or you're getting them from dailies, but I have to look into it more. I've not really taken time to figure out where some of this stuff is at and whatnot. And, yeah, shame on me. But, hey, I normally deliver when you guys ask or want something. And as for clothes, I pretty much have these for right now. I've been kind of investing in the yes, guys, I've been investing in clothes, admittedly more than mounts. Even though that was my original idea, but Gemi kind of, I don't know what she did. She kind of abracadabraed my brain, rebooted me to want to go back into being a clothing hoe. So, Gem, it's all your fault. If you're watching this, it's all your fault. But, yes. So, I've got these fashions unlocked. Helmet, well, that's kind of irrelevant. And the wings. I just got these the other night, too. And along with these, so I switched from having the Phantom Dragon Wings to the Evil Dragon Wings, or what they used to be called. And, of course, the wedding wings. Why did I say rings? Okay. The wedding wings that you get from getting married, of course, when you buy the $20 fashion, which actually isn't too bad, and that's the cheapest I've ever seen it. And as you guys can see, oh, I wish I could have that title back. Thank you, Wartune Ultra Forerunner, exclusive title for the alpha testers. I wish I had this transferred to this account. But I'm sure they're going to fight me tooth and nail for it. Or, again, like I said, give me a BS reason why I can't have it. But, as you guys can see, I'm going to do something real quick. Okay, so you guys just kind of saw me take a screenshot of this. So, in which case, and they also added something called specialization, which is one of the new mechanics I was actually thinking about talking about to you guys. So, every time you level up, like every 5 levels, once you hit 60, you... Actually, I think it's 55, correct? Yeah, it's 55, not 60, sorry. 55, you get an extension to build your stats up more. And you need special stones to ascend them and enchant them. The ascension part, you need what's called the rare soul stones. So, I think the other one's another type of soul stone. I can't remember off the top of my head. But each of them affects a different stat, and you're probably wondering, why am I getting magic attack when I'm a knight? Or why am I getting physical attack if I'm mage? Or knight archer, vice versa. And yeah, it just kind of goes all over the place. And ascending actually allows you to ascend it to another rank. The higher the rank, the more eligibility you get. And you see what's called socket? Yeah, this is what I mean by extension. So, once you get it all the way up to 5, it's basically the same concept as regular gear. You can socket 4 different gems to boost your BR much, much more and extend yourself, your stats, and ascend yourself into a godlike domain-based area. For those of you that are Jujutsu guys or fans, no, this is not a Gojo moment. We are not infinite voiding, domaining this frickin' situation. Okay, I'm done. But, yeah. So, you get 6 of these. So, 6 times 4 is 24. So, you get 24 gems, 24 sockets, and 24 new ways to build yourself further. If you want to have a crit build, and you just want to main crit for this, and build off of that, golden. Archer, approved. If you want to be a beefy block knight that heals a lot, There you go. Crit gems, block gems, and so much further more. Or just all defense, health, and block. But then again, you probably want some physical attack somewhere in there. So, actually, no, you absolutely want physical attack somewhere in there. So, and just imagine once they have advanced gems, the dual gems where it's physical attack, magic attack all at once, that is going to be a whole nother ball game if and when they ever decide to ever introduce that into the game, because that's just going to break stats even further. And another thing they have is called battle protection. And I'm not going to lie to you, this is very cool because this actually increases your BR so much more, and you need what is called elemental remnants. So the higher elemental remnants you have, the more material, the higher you get. Of course, you're going to have to craft further. Not so much craft, but ascend. But I'm up to 15 on this, and you can actually ascend these further. And I learned and found out if you ascend it, it boosts your battle rating up by 3,000 more. So this makes you even beefier and tougher to withstand self battles and the selves within the Spire realms. So, in Lamet terms, you're basically gaining godlike abilities to break the game and break yourself further to make yourself last longer, for one. Yeah, innuendo there. Guaranteed. No pun intended. Lies! Make yourself more useful and basically make yourself more of a god. So, 7 Road is throwing in some of the PC stuff from the PC version into here, and they're also just updating new things into here that even PC doesn't have yet, because how much stuff they have in PC. God forbid if they add the Titan system, this mobile game is gonna crash so freaking hard. I'm not even gonna BS anybody on that when I say that. And what's my experience? Oh, okay. So I probably need to... You mother trucker! Okay, I need a little bit more experience. Okay, so also, this is the talents. You guys remember the talents, and right now I'm going for defensive build. You have what's the defense build, the just glass cannon setup, and then you also have the crit block setup. So, once again, this will be something later on down the road, probably when I get higher level, 80, 70, vice versa, because you need to be so high of level before you can basically cap these all out. Even back in the old game, you remember if you were 80, that was how you basically had to max out everything. So at some point, that's going to happen. But for right now, I'm focusing on defense because, well, magic defense and physical defense are keen and essential. So the next time I level up my talent, I'm going to have to put this to 2. So that way, I'm a little beefier on that note as well. And then at some point, once this gets to level 2, I can start working on these to where I can get my Delphic and my shield up more and get them more perks and whatnot. And Shadow Thrasher, that's going to be a hard no for right now. And rune-wise, I just have the Chaos rune, which is kind of irrelevant unless I'm doing a lot of Arena or BG. I mean, I do Arena on the server, but that's different, I guess. I do want to switch out and go for either the Purge rune, not the Rage rune, and the Cleanse rune, because Knights, well, they're the one class in the game that gets the most Rage, unless you're Archer with the crit buff and you just get Rage back for every crit hit you get. Ugh, I hate that about Archers. But Knights are the true crit whores when you think about it. So, either Purge, because, one, you're dispelling buffs from the enemies, and Cleanse, well, you're just dispelling debuffs from you. So, in which case, since me, Gem, and Trip have all been doing dungeon runs together, these are probably the 2 main ones you really want to go for if you're playing Knight, the Purge and Cleanse. Healing Rune, Stone, absolutely. I would absolutely keep that just so you have the extra heal for 1. Brutality, that's just there to make yourself more aggressive. Of course, of course. And for the realms-wise, yeah, I screwed up and got the wrong. Well, I didn't necessarily screw up, but the game kind of screwed me and gave me Intercept, considering I don't even use the frickin' skill. But as you guys can see, I have a bunch of mixed gems because those are keen, essential. Some of the other ones that are just there, like the solo stats, those are just there for right now. Those are temporary fillers until I can get more dual legendary... excuse me. Until I can get more dual legendary gems, they're compensating for right now, and dual gems just make my stats more aggressive. And here's my skill tree for an aggressive knight. Now you're going to see there's two different things. The wedding ring skill and something new they just added into the game. I don't know when they added it, but when they did, they knew what they were doing. It's called specialization. And this is where magic attack is essentially a good thing to have if you're a knight, archer, or physical attack if you're a mage. Now, I will get to that shortly. So as you guys can see, I've maxed out the passives, or I'm trying to max out all the passives. And then once that is done, when I start ascending further, I'm definitely going to increase the Indomitable perk, so that way whenever the block rate is increased, you also get a chance of healing, I think. Yeah, restores 10% of your max health, increasing your block rate by 25%, and you take 25% less crit damage for 3 turns. So that is a key essential to have at some point, but unless you're building a tank knight build, which case I will probably do that at some point in time, but I need like 600 some gems saved up, so once I have enough, I'll probably build a tank set to where I'm just all defense, because let's be frank, Apollo's Shield, that is the essential skill you want when you are with a team, because again, you want that 30% damage reduction, and when it increases further. Wedding ring skill, me and Gemi really haven't worked on these that I know of, because she's my wife in game. She and I, well, we're not really been on a whole lot together at the same point, unless it's late at night, because I work afternoon turn at the new job. So I'm working from like 2:30 till like 11 o'clock at night, so at night is when I'm normally on. So for those of you that play overseas and you see me online, or would want to see me online, come to server 174 for Wartune Ultra US Eastern servers. That's where I'm at. If you guys want to find me, want to talk to me or whatever, or maybe attempt to join our guild, because we're needing some members for incentive. We're like 15 members short. Have at it. It would be great to see some familiar faces, for sure, if anyone would want to join up with us. And for wedding, anyway, for the wedding skills, they added some new ones. The Stellar Brilliance, that's kind of been a thing, because it just heals you and your spouse, to where it also takes off a debuff. And the other ones, Love Aegis, it builds a shield for both of you. 30% of your health. Okay, so it's basically an aggron shield for you and the spouse. Okay, I gotcha. So, there's that, and then there's Awakening Suppression. Active. All members' awakening points is plus instant 500. Huh, okay, so that's basically for you to go into Insta-Sylph and just say, screw you, you're done. Berserk Force, okay, so that's basically an attack buff for you and the spouse. And then the last one, Fatal Bleed, deals bleeding damage to all their enemies and reducing their... Oh, okay, that's actually not bad. That's a little broken, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so you need the Eternal Hearts or Heart of Eternity to level up the wedding ring as it used to be, and I've not really taken the time to do so because, one, other stuff has been more important, and as you guys can see, you need to spend balance if you actually want to make yourself stronger and beefier with you and your spouse. Oh, the lifetime purchase limit. Okay. So, spend so much balance and you get to do a bunch of BS. Nice. Okay. Well, I am not doing that anytime soon. So, once again, 7 Road, screw you. And specialization. This is where... This is gonna sound really wonky, but you see what's called the Archer and Mage Codexes. Okay, so think of... Okay, what can I use as an example? Okay, for those of you that know Black Clover, because that's the main one that's popping in my head right now, and they have their grimoires. Each grimoire has their own type of magic, and you're learning your own set of skills that you're assigned to. But imagine being in Black Clover with more than one grimoire ability. Like, Oh, shoot. Lars. That was his name. He had 2 magic abilities that was put into his grimoire, which was the diamond or ability. I can't remember. He was from the Diamond Kingdom, but he had a certain element type with that, plus the healing fire or the fire magic also built into his grimoire that was from his friend that he killed as a child but actually didn't kill, that was brought back to life. That was a whole confusing situation. Anyway, as you guys can see, you get more extensions to your stats and your skills. And why did my music quit playing? Brother. Okay. How dare you pause yourself? Okay, so anyway. Oh, they're talking in the guild chat. I'm not gonna lie, that actually looks freaking good. Okay, so anyway, you get to learn some of the skills as an archer, some of the skills as a mage, and then you get to learn the Dragon Chant Codex, which is basically more mage stuff. So I can only imagine what you learn as an archer and a mage, because I'm sure mage would get the BS knight skills, in which case archers would get the crazy crap, knights get the crazy crap, and mages also get the crazy crap. But you get the extensions. I have another way to heal health with the Bloodthirsty, Lunatic Fire, more physical attack booster, and the Delphic, Mage Delphic, and the advanced skill Delphic. So in which case, everything to an extent is actually transferred over to each of the classes. As to how it all works, I'm not sure, but you get physical defense, magic defense buff, magic attack and health buff, magic attack and health buff, and oh yeah, magic defense buff. So the higher you do this, and you need what is called, let me find it, the Apprentice Codex pages, or codexes to be precise. So how you get those, the higher you level for one, more stuff becomes available to you, because I'm already maxed out with this, so once I go to 70 and start saving up more codex pages, I can advance my skills further to where I'm basically a god in every aspect. And like I said, the magic attack concept applies to Knight. I'm sure you're not going to hit as hard, but that gives you an extension of, I guess in a way, when you think about it, it's a way to extend yourself further in the game, to make yourself more godlike and versatile in magic and physical combat, in a sense. But until you get to that point, it is what it is, I guess. But that's kind of the rough way of me putting it to you. And they've really done a lot for sure with the game. I'm not gonna lie on that when I say that. So anyway, how to get the codex? You do what is called domain. Again, I said this earlier. And the higher each one you clear requires a certain BR requirement, and the highest is... Oh, hell no, that ain't gonna happen. Anytime soon, at least. So, the next BR requirement is 160,000 BR. I'm almost there. I almost meet the requirement, but until I get there, I'm really not going to do it. Oh, okay, so the higher they go... Oh, and this is where you get the soul stones to upgrade the extra sockets for your gems and stuff, too. So, not only do you get your codex pages here in the advanced codex pages and so forth, it's you just... Everybody's going to be breaking the game, and the highest is Master Codex, of course. So, we can just blitz it. I could show you guys what it's like. You're basically just fighting mobs, and each floor you get, you have to attain and claim a certain material that makes you stronger, and as you go on, it's just an extra buff. So it's basically different artifacts you collect that give you different buffs and different stats. Certain ones you get, you want to use, for sure. That helps you out with certain boss fights. and whatnot, you get gold and everything else. But for this, you want the Venomous Dagger because, again, the bleed stat is essential for when you're fighting actually, no, it's not the Warg, it's the Blue Lizard. He's the last boss you have to fight on the second level, and you have to be over 90,000 BR to do it, or hit 90,000 BR to actually clear it. You'd want to be a little bit over, because the dude kind of acts like how you would fight in the Spire of the Catacombs. They get BS buffs. So you have to kill them within a certain amount of time before their attack gets so high or their defense gets so high to where you can't put a dent into them, or they just start healing health so quick you just can't kill them quick enough, and they kill you. So each one you get, you definitely... That's the main thing you want to get. And of course, once you get to the new one, they give off the Thunder Hammer. So at this point, they're basically giving you Mjolnir to just say, screw you, I have more damage percentage. So, you. In that case. And they actually added another mechanic, well, where they have Astrals for one. You can get your Astrals. Mine right now, I have my Brutality is a level 8 because I'm trying to get my physical attack up. But these are all the Astrals I'm using for right now. But Trip did tell me there is a build to go for. Because of the block, whenever you block, you get so much health back from the Goddess Blessing. And of course, that just reduces crit damage to you and increases your block rate more. They kind of changed a lot of the Astrals too, to where if you wanted them to do certain things, they took away the deflection ability to where, if you guys remember, that was my favorite thing to use when I was my mage. Especially in World Boss, that thing helped out so much. Instead of dealing damage back to that said person, it's just creating more block extensions for you. So they added a percentage system to where if your block was set at a certain point, it's already set. But with percentage system, you can extend it to where that number can increase by so much more to where it's more effective and to where you can't be touched. Once again, they found ways to break your character. They break the game, make you more of a god, pretty much. And pretty much make it to where nobody can screw with you. But in which case, they're still finding ways to make the game more enjoyable, more ways to make the game more not so much spend. Actually, no, I take that back. Seven Road is a money-hungry gaming company. Everybody that has played their games, they all know this. They're all money-hungry, pay-to-win games. If you want to get stronger, yeah, you have to dump your life fortune into it. But if you're patient and you're free-to-play players that know how to get stuff done without spending, you're Gucci. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about having to spend. Literally, I encourage this. Don't spend, guys. It's a bad habit you can't break. And they did an update. I'm going to show you guys this. So, you see how in the exchange you would have red Astrals? Well, they gave us this with the update they just did. We get so much experience added into our Astrals, and we pay Astral points for it. So where are the red Astrals? Let me answer that for you. You have to put them in this Astral sublimination. Basically, you're taking orange Astrals, legendary Astrals, and using what's called, I guess, actually, what is it called? But, yeah, here's a rough example of what the... Oh, wait, Astral Crystals. So, you get so many red Astral Crystals, you can elevate your orange Astral into a red Astral. And how do I get Astral Crystals, you would ask, Seth Fury? Well, let me answer that for you, because you're not going to like the answer. You have to get 20 of them a day. I'm sure it's probably going to be like 100 of these you have to get to extend them, or higher, to make a red Astral. So you're going to have to spend or wait on Bound Balance every month and through events, just so you can get your freaking red Astral, which is BS! Or spend like a mofo in certain recharge events and get Astral Crystals they give out in Balin packs, which is ridiculous. So, in which case, you kind of have no choice, but once again, but to spend on stuff. But here's basically everything they got in the shop. And they added more stuff to buy to extend your character further, to get you more bound balance, and so forth. But you're spending money. You're getting VIP bought in with the packs. They have monthly packs you can get, and then they have weekly packs too. The monthly packs definitely aren't that bad. This one right here, the Sylph promotion, and Sylph Divinity are probably the two main ones you guys would want to focus on if you're trying to get a good enough Astral. But then again, if you're trying to... Actually, oh, okay. The amulets that you can socket the extra gems into, yeah, but that's like $100. $100! And then you have guard training, which I'm sure this has got to be something to do with their guard gear and everything else. And of course, this is your guard skills, I'm going to guess, and whatnot. But you get your VIP! That's all fine and dandy, but you're losing out on some stuff here too, in a sense, but I'm sure they're going to add more for you to get. But definitely, you would want to get the Sylph stuff if you're trying to make your first Sylph. And the monthly pack, or weekly pack, I'm sorry. The level 6 gem packs for like $10. You can get 2 of them, 2 times a week. So that's $20 right there. You can get free level 6s. So that's actually not bad to do either, especially if you're... I'm not sure if that would actually work if you're like in the 30s. But then again, lock players, I am sorry, but no, just no. You guys just blow me away in so many ways, like it's not even funny on that note. But yes, as you guys can see, they've added so much more into the game, spend-wise, ways to make yourself stronger and whatnot, and so forth, and mounts-wise, my stables, I'm almost to the level 2 stable, which isn't bad, but then again, it takes forever to do stables, as you guys remember. I just got the Netherwing Dragon. You can actually get him from doing Tower of Kings. You need 800 Tower King Mount Shards to craft it. So yeah, it takes a while. So I finally got him. I just crafted Nightshade last night too. You can get from the Spire Mount Shards. So I got him, and I got the Hurricane. Oh, then you guys have seen I've had him. And I got my evil unicorn! I got my freaking evil unicorn! And I chose the cat thief over the peacock, in which case I should have got the peacock, because 1, it's prettier, 2, it's awesome, and 3, it's got such a funny, it's got a funny name to where there's like all the pun intended. Ha, ha, ha. But, yeah, evil unicorn, if everybody remembers, this is another thing I like about 7 Road. They actually made some of the weekly mounts or daily mounts or monthly mounts available to be permanent. Evil Unicorn was a beloved mount that was always only a 7-day limit mount, but the fact they made it permanent, I'm so happy and grateful on that note, because that was actually one of my favorites to play, although they probably should make it a fly mount, because 1, it has wings, so I don't understand why it's on the ground and not flying over hedges and such. And I have no tech mounts unlocked yet, until I extend my VIP some more, I guess you guys could say. So I've got some of the main stuff got when I did recharge. I got this for the fashion and whatnot. Other thing, for the extra VIP and the other stuff, I've not really been that worried about it. I definitely need to get the Empire Crusade at some point. Probably the Soul Crystal pack too, just because 1, it's Soul Crystals, 2, they're essential. And level 8 is where I'm at. 9 is good. And 10 will be better, because 1, I'll get that. 9, I get a mount card. Oh, it's one of the tech mounts. Then 11 is that. Oh, shoot, I forgot. The bonus packs. So then 8 gave me that. 9 gives me a level 7 gem. I get the saucer. And I get the very special clothing you get when you extend your VIP to go higher, and you get the better tech-looking mounts when you get to VIPs like 17, 16. Ooh, I like that. That actually reminds me of the Centauros Wolf Megazord from Power Rangers Mystic Force, if anybody remembers that show. Yes, I actually watched Power Rangers growing up. Survey! And then you also get a Warthog bike, I guess is what that is. So, yeah. And of course, here's all the benefits and stuff that they kind of added into the game too. The higher your VIP is, the more perks you get, but some of it just kind of stays the same. unless they add something different, which would actually be kind of nice if they would, but then again, 7 Road, you never know with them, and son of a biscuit. Mr. Tree, okay, sorry Mr. Tree, but no. Now, I'm in a video, damn it. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much everything I think I wanted to cover with you guys, as far as I know. The Sylph stuff, that will be updated at some point in time, but I've covered the skills you guys would want to use. I've covered the runes you guys would definitely want to use. And oof. Sylphs wise, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to cut the video for, well, not so much cut the video, because there's actually one other thing I wanted to cover with you guys. There's another thing that involved the Astrals. So, oh my gosh, dude, take a hint. They have something that's called stargazing. And basically, you go based off the zodiac, and the amount of the zodiac crystals you get, or shards, you keep investing into this to boost your stats even further more. And once you clear the map, I guess you're like basically putting shards in to open more pages of the map, or a puzzle, or like a puzzle map. So when you get the shards to unlock more of the puzzle map of what your zodiac sign looks like, or the zodiac signs look like, you get an extension to where that builds on your stats, and they keep piling on top of each other till they get to star rank 5. I'm assuming that's the highest. If it goes further than that, for those of you that have been playing this game a little longer than me, and that's actually ascended themselves so far in the game, please let me know in the comments below, because if there's an extension to this, I would like to know, so that way I can cover it and whatnot and so forth. And then there's also something called the Star Potential, which is a whole nother setup, which you need something called Starfire. And you can only get these from doing the wilds. Your Zodiac shards and the Star shards. You can do what is called Stargazing, and actually, it was just on there. So, Stargazing. The player can spend Star Wishes coupons, which is these top things in the left corner, or you could spend Balance, which is kind of retarded, honestly. And then Star Wish coupons can be obtained through some Stargazing. And once again, what is Stargazing? Well, you click this little pentagram-like looking thing underneath Home City. Click on what is called Stargazing, and you basically go all over the Wilds map, and to certain points that you can unbury them. So you're basically digging them up so you can apply what you need. And it takes a little bit of a minute. And I'll show you guys how it works and whatnot. You guys can see my BR go up a little bit. And you get so much Starfire, and you get so much of the Zodiac crystals as well. So, in which case, you're getting so many to make yourself better, for sure. And as you guys can see, I've yet to do my wilds because I've not taken the time to do them today, because this has been the one video I was wanting to do for you guys. And then the other one is going to be a re-evaluated Sylph in-depth video of what you should use, what you should not use, etc., etc. At which point it can probably cover both a caster standpoint and a free-to-play player standpoint. And for some of you that do or do not know how to get your Sylphs, I will show that at some point too. Well, I'm probably going to do that as soon as I start the next video, honestly, because some of you probably do know or don't remember me covering that part, honestly. Ooh, I got 10 Star Wishes. Alright, so one more, and you can only do this 3 times a day. So, server resets, of course, US Eastern Time, be 5 o'clock in the morning. for us at least. So if you're European time, it would be 12 o'clock at night for them, and so much more. Okay, so we have all these gathered. We're going to go into here. Ooh, 78. So we're going to have a bunch of spins. You can do 10 times, you can do 1 time. So this is what we got for right now. We're going to continue to pull. Ooh, we're getting a bunch of goodies today. And this is another way to get more star shards too, which actually helps a lot. I probably should have waited another day or something to do this, but I wanted to get so far with this so that way I can show you guys how this works and everything else and why this is so... It is actually really cool, and it's actually pretty fun too. And of course, as you guys can see, you need balance to purchase Star Wish, so that way you can do so much more with it, which is kind of BS. So we got 50 of Aries. We're going to do so much. As you guys can see, the battle rating went up a lot more. And of course, it'll affect certain stats each time when you level up certain parts of the Zodiac map. And you also got another thing that's called the Star Maps, which is an extension of the Zodiac shards. So if you don't have an amount of Zodiac shards, you can use Star Map shards to implant into here and cover what you're missing, which actually is a nice little feature. So it's kind of like an extension. So for example, I have 5 and there's 7. We're going to take 2 of the Star Map and add into the Zodiac shards. There's 60. We might have enough. But whatever we don't have, there we go. So as you guys can see, it raises your BR so much. It's little amounts of BR, but you get so much stats in so little time. It's crazy, honestly. So we're going to leave Leo like that. And then 1, 2, 8. We'll do this for Libra. Ooh, we got a bunch of Scorpio. We'll leave him right there. Sagittarius only has 40. So we'll do that. Capricorn is 40. Nice. And we have this. And Aquarius, of course, that's my zodiac sign for those of you that did or didn't know that. I know there's a few of you that do know my zodiac sign. February 15th is my birthday, of course. And that's normally a sore topic for me to want to talk about anymore. But yeah, that's how this works. Now, did we want to... Nah, we'll wait. Okay, so star potential. The higher you go with it, it starts out at 10 to where it's 100%. If you guys can see in the top right, well, not top, much the top right corner, like the top middle corner, top right middle corner. Oh, I just kind of screwed up my sentence. But anyway, as you guys can see, top right middle corner, the higher you go, the lower chances it'll take to upgrade it. So the way I've been doing it, instead of focusing mainly on one, do one at a time and just build your way up to where you're still working on one at a time still. So Aquarius, of course, I'm at 70, so 60. One time, okay, it's a miss. Do it again, and of course you get almost 100 battle rating, which actually isn't bad. And since we have so many, oh frick, I didn't mean to do that. But hey, at least that's done. Oh, Capricorn, the sea goat, you a-holes. I have a friend that's a Capricorn, so I know they're a-holes. So we'll do this. Wow, that's a frick. What the frick? What the frick, Sagittarius? Wow, Sagittarius kind of screwed me right there. Oh, and I also have a friend that's a Sagittarius, so that makes sense, and both of them are a-holes. But yeah, that's how that works, and that's pretty much all she wrote with that. So guys, I think that's actually going to wrap up the video for right now. And also another way you can boost yourself up is by doing the mini games too, the treasure hunts and the cloud adventure. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and of course for us, they stop at midnight, so make sure you do these by midnight, so you're doing so many of these. And of course, it's basically Bejeweled on Wartune. The higher you get chests as well, and you'll get, like, XP books, gold, and other little mats you can use to help further yourself, increase your experience points, or, just give you little things you need that help later on at some point in time. So, there's also the purchase, and you can also get... Oh yeah, that's another thing I forgot to show you guys. You get a up to 80 balance a month, technically, because you get 50 once for free a month, 20 once for free a week, and then the 10 that's daily. So 10 times 3, that's 300 extra balance a month. 350, 2, 4, 6, 8. You get almost like 400 or 500 balance bound balance a month, which actually isn't bad. And of course, that's a great way to save it up unless you're spending it like I do for stuff in the mystery shop, especially since you can get level 7 or 6 gems if you're lucky when they pop up. So, aside from all that, I think that's all I wanted to cover for you guys for the update with my night. Thank you guys for watching. For those of you that stayed tuned to the whole video and watched all the way through, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell me your thoughts, let me know what you thought about the video. Was it good? Was it not good? Does it need work? Do I need to get a little better at it? Yeah, I probably do, because I'm a little rusty. As you guys can see, Incentive is the guild I'm with. For those of you that would like to join up with our guild, or with just to see me and some old faces, Trip being one of them, and Gemi also being another one. We're all on server 174, and Incentive is our guild. My honor is crap, my charm is semi-decent, mount value is garbage, and myself, of course, he's in the top 88, or top 100 list. Not 88, but yeah, you guys know what I mean. But for guard power, yeah, you have the cleric, you have the knight, and you have the hunter. So, which case, I can't show you guys, because once again, I am 70, not 70. So, until I'm able to do all that, and Class Wars, well, you can kind of see... Server 26 is going strong still. Well, for the others, at least. Alright, so shout out to Kasu, or how you say his name, Eros, and Sexy Candy. If any of you guys are watching this video and not remember me, I know Candy should remember me. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. What else do you guys want me to see me do? And will Purifier ever return? That's $1 million question. Honestly, I don't know. Probably not, but if I ever feel like ever wanting to start up a mage, excuse me, either PC or here, I don't know. And I'm also considering maybe doing stuff for Twitch, but I need to learn how to do all that. And if I get good enough at that, hey, that can be an extra source of income. But hopefully Jillian doesn't kill me for gaming too much. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Take it easy. Till the next video. This is Hidden Angel Lionheart signing out as Sephra. Sephrael, the fallen angel of chaos. Till the next video, guys. Later days.